If you've ever thought, why are people so obsessed with 10,000 steps a day? And if you've wondered, is it really worth your time? Then this video is for you. How are we? I'm Will Russ, personal trainer in person and online fitness coach, and I'm here to simplify the complicated health and fitness industry for everyday people like you and me. Today, I'm going to be going through why people are constantly talking about hitting their 10,000 steps per day, and is it really worth the hype? But before we begin, if you're genuinely serious about losing body fat and you want to accelerate that process and make sure that you keep those pounds that you've lost for life, keeping them off for life, then you need to be signed up to my 7-day free fat loss crash course. It's one of the best free resources out there, and if you genuinely want to be leaner, healthier and happier, then get yourself signed up. Link in the description. So all the hype about 10,000 steps, sometimes people are even doing 12 or 15,000. Is 10k steps a magic number? Obviously not, yeah? I don't know really why someone come up with that. I'm assuming it's just because it's a lovely round number. That's why it sounds good, and it sounds like quite a lot as well. But it's not gonna, as soon as you tick over onto that 10,000 steps in your day, you're not gonna magically lose 5 pounds. We all wish it was that way, but then we wouldn't have an obesity crisis then, would we, if it was the case, all right? So no, 10k isn't a magic number. How many steps should you be doing? My opinion on this would be do more than you're currently doing for most people, because nowadays we live such sedentary lives that most people could do with getting off the backside, yeah? So my opinion is do more than you're currently doing. If you haven't got some sort of like fitness tracker, so I've got an Apple Watch here, I used to have a Fitbit, my parents both have Fitbits, some of my clients do, or even if you get some little knockoff China one off Temu, yeah? Just something that's gonna track your steps. People use their phones, not ideal because sometimes you haven't got your phone on you and it's not quite as accurate as the watches that go on your wrist. So I'd say invest in one of those and figure out what your average daily step count is. And I do believe, I think 10,000 is a good starting point towards aiming for. But if you're quite a way off that, so when you've got your fitness tracker and you've figured out your average daily step count, if you're doing less than 6,000 steps, trying to get up to 10,000 can be like a bit of a jump. So if you can, I definitely advise doing it. Let me rephrase that, because everyone can, so let me rephrase that. If you're unable to at this very moment in time, or it seems like a million miles away to make that extra 4,000 or 5,000 step jump to get to 10,000, then start with a smaller goal with the long-term vision of getting to 10,000 steps. So I would say if you're doing 5,000 steps, can we do an average of 6,000 a day? Once you've done that for a week or two, can we do 7,000 a day? So on, so on, so on. And then after 5 to 10 weeks, you'll be doing 10,000 a day. Where I'd kind of draw the line on steps is probably 15,000. Not that obviously going over 15,000 is bad, but if that's one of your metrics for like losing body fat, I think it just becomes a little bit too tedious. If you've got a really active job or you just love walking, then by all means do more than 15,000 steps. But I think for most people, trying to get in the range of 10 to 15,000 is going to be more than satisfactory, and it's definitely going to help you progress towards your goals. If you're a bit far off the 10,000 mark and you're doing less than 6,000, then just try and add 1,000 as average per day each week until you get to the 10,000 mark. Kind of consolidate there for a little bit and then see where you can go from there. And then the benefits of being active, like I said, we can burn calories, it can aid digestion, improve fitness levels, improve heart health. There's so many different and excellent advantages and health benefits to just being a bit more active. Yeah, you'll be surprised at how much of a difference it does make, and just being a bit more mobile. You get caught in the trap of, especially if people work from home or they have desk jobs or they're sat down all day, no one walks anywhere anymore. And I get in England, especially during the winter, it can be hard. But nowadays there's things like walking pads. You can go to a gym for super cheap, 20, 15 pound a month, whatever they are, some of them, yeah? And you can use their treadmills. So there isn't really an excuse. And then during the summer, it is lovely to go out and have a walk. It's just about prioritizing, but the health benefits are there. And then if you want to progress past walking, running, doing different types of cardio, you can do, but for most people, sticking with a high step count each day is going to be more than enough. So yes, 10K isn't a magic number, but if you can do 10 to 15,000 steps per day as an average throughout the week, that's going to be more than enough, and it's going to be a great starting point. If you feel that you can't quite get to that, or it's a little bit out of reach at the minute, then just look at adding 1,000, then add another 1,000, add another 1,000. Slowly build yourself up. As long as you've got the long-term goal of getting between that 10 and 15,000 mark, then happy days. As I mentioned at the start of the video, if you're genuinely serious about losing body fat, doing those extra steps throughout the day is going to help, but will also help is signing up to my 7-day free fat loss crash course. It's going to accelerate your fat loss journey. It's also going to help you sustain the fat loss so that you don't just pile it back on like all your mates have done over the years, and maybe you've even done in previous years gone by. So if you genuinely want to change your life, lose the body fat, feel better, be healthier, look better, then get yourself signed up. All the links that I'm going to mention now are in the description. Secondly, follow me on Instagram. If you've liked what I've said today, I post on Instagram on my feed on a daily basis and multiple times a day on my stories. So if you want to see what I'm up to, or you want to ask me a question, that's the best place to get in touch. Please subscribe, it will send you a notification every time I post. But if you haven't, I always post on YouTube every Sunday at 6 p.m. Lastly, I spoke to you about my steps. You may have watched some of my other videos and thought, you know what, that Will Russ, he fucking knows what he's on about, doesn't he? He's not bad. And actually, I've been on his landing page and I've been on his social media page and I've seen that he's got some fucking decent transformations. Something that you want a bit of that. If you want a bit of those transformations that I've got on there, I don't know how many kilos. I saw someone the other day who was like, oh, I've helped people lose 1 million pounds in body fat. I don't know if it was bollocks or not yet, but it'd be interesting to know how many kilograms or pounds of body fat I've helped my clients lose. But I tell you what, it's probably quite a lot. So if you want some of that, or you're interested in learning how to be more active, improve your nutrition and your diet, or you'd like to know how to use some of the machines or the free weights in your local gym, then book in a call to speak with me and we can talk about coaching, see if it's a good fit for you, see if you're going to be a good fit with me. And if I feel that I can't help you, I'll happily try and push you in the right direction. Bye for now.